Tesla's finally clearing up some of the hazy areas of the accessories for the Model Y. For those of you who have already ordered one, I've got good news and I've got bad news. And the good news is that the Model Y roof rack is now available. It's the same price as it was for the Model 3 at $450. So if you wanted to add some more functionality to the vehicle, you can of course buy this and attach it yourself. However, this is where the bad news sits in around the towing hitch capability, which a lot of people were confused about because we saw leaked photos of people with the tow hitch and we knew that Tesla was definitely testing it on the Model Y, but they kind of went all silent once the deliveries began. But as of this morning, the Model Y now has a tow hitch option at checkout, usually when you're picking the wheels, for an additional $1,000, which compared to other Tesla add-ons, $1,000 isn't actually that crazy, but as we've seen with current Model Y teardowns, there is no tow hitch built in by default, so now we know that Tesla's looking at that as a $1,000 add-on. Now, the bad news is if you already have your Model Y or you've already ordered one, it doesn't seem like it's that simple to just change out, and because the factories are shut down right now, it means that even if you ordered a Model Y with a tow hitch, you'll probably not get it for the next couple months. Depends on how quickly they're able to keep up with demand, but the tow hitch is capable of towing around 3,500 pounds, which makes sense for a vehicle of this size. It's kind of on par with other popular SUVs, though I do find it a little bit odd that it's an option with the Model Y, given on the Model X, for instance, it comes with that equipped by default. People can access it. Yes, very much higher price car, but the Model 3 can technically tow, but it's not really supported by anything Tesla lets you check out from the actual ordering process, and the Model 3 is pretty much maxed out at towing 2,000 pounds. So it's kind of interesting after watching all of the Sandy Munro teardowns of the Model Y, seeing how much money they're saving by simplifying the unibody process on the Model Y. It means that they're able to make a much more practical and functional vehicle that's able to tow greater payloads, while at the same time, probably it costs a lot less to build a Model Y than it does a Model 3. So glad we got some clarification on that. I personally think the tow hitch is a very helpful option, not just because I want to use it for towing, because I do not tow things with my car, but oftentimes loading bikes onto the back of a vehicle is much easier when you have that little tow hitch to tap into. You can put in aftermarket accessories to haul whatever you want on the back. It just saves a whole lot of trouble trying to attach them either to the roof, which people do with the Model 3, but given the Model Y is so tall, I don't know how many of you are going to think the roof rack ends up being worth it. But yeah, making sure the crossover SUV segment has plenty of third-party and now first-party accessories that make it more and more functional is an important aspect to the Model Y success. And I know a lot of you are kind of annoyed at the fact that it's a $1,000 add-on. You want that to be standard, you want that to be default, but my guess is similar to a lot of things with the Model Y, Tesla just wanted to prioritize getting the basics down, trying to simplify this process, and they're probably right in assuming that a very large number of people who buy this car are never going to tow anything or never want to put a bike rack on the back of it. So why build it into each vehicle and go through that extra manufacturing process if a lot of people aren't going to use it? So yeah, I get it. They're capitalizing on the fact that some people want a tow hitch and some people don't, but that does simplify the lineup a little bit and probably makes things cheaper / easier for everybody else who doesn't tow. But yeah, Tesla vehicles are definitely going to have a harder time towing things than normal gas cars, because you do lose a bit of your range when you're towing with a gas car, but you lose so much more of it when you're towing with an electric vehicle. So this type of thing I don't think is going to be for huge long trips, or if it is, you're going to have a hard time supercharging with a trailer in the back. But the good news is it doesn't change depending on which wheels you go with. So some people were expecting that, like similar to the Model X, when you have larger wheels, your payload capacity is reduced. So when you have 20-inch wheels, you can tow like 5,000 pounds, and if you have 22-inch wheels, you could tow like 3,500 pounds. So wheel size doesn't appear to make a difference with the Model Y, which is a good thing. And the more I think of it, you probably should not get the roof rack. That kind of defeats the whole beauty of the panoramic glass roof. So feel really bad if people have already ordered the Model Y and they really wanted a tow hitch, because at this point, can't get an answer from Tesla on whether you'll be able to install this on already delivered Model Ys that don't have the tow hitch. I think that would make sense, and there would probably be a lot of people willing to pay $1,000 to add that to their vehicle, and there's probably people that are going to do it themselves anyway. So hopefully Tesla lets that be an option, because for the longest time we didn't even know it would be one. And it is bizarre that this soon as Model Y deliveries are beginning, they're already just starting to add things to the checkout process. Still can't get an answer on long-range rear-wheel drive, still can't really get a firm answer on the 7-seater or the standard range, if those are still delayed for 2021 or have those been moved up in schedule. But yeah, tow hitch option, we're going to add that today while the factories are shut down. Who knows, maybe because no one's working at the factories, it's easy to get new parts of the assembly line set up. But yeah, definitely let me know what you're thinking in the comments below about the Model Y tow hitch option. Is Tesla Tesla handling this poorly, or does this make sense? Thank you guys for watching today's video, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Take care.